Peace. And a classic case of can't see the forest for the trees. Some of y'all have argued that men calling women masculine terms such as bro, bruh, dude, even man, is not misogynistic if the woman is cis, or transphobic if the woman is trans. Because those masculine terms are now gender neutral. It is normal to use those masculine terms outside of the context of masculinity. But y'all fail to ask two very critical questions. Number one, how? How did those masculine terms become gender neutral and normalized when applied to anyone, regardless of gender or lack thereof? And number two, why? Why is it only masculine terms that can be used with such universality, gender neutrality, if you will, but not so much feminine terms being applied to men? Sure, there are some exceptions on both sides, but I'm talking about widespread, mainstreaming, normalizing of the terms. Do some women refer to men as girl inadvertently or on purpose? Sure. But outside of queer men, is that generally accepted as okay? And even some queer men ain't feeling that. No. The B word is even seen as gender neutral. But do men generally feel okay being called the B word, as these men expect women to be okay with being called bro? Even the N word has gone through a phase of neutrality as it pertains to not only race, but gender. But why is that? The same reason that this crayon and these pantyhose were once called flesh and nude. Because they matched the complexion of the powers that be who created these products, who had the authority to normalize their traits as the standard for everyone else. There is power, a flex, in being able to make the thing that you are applicable to everyone else, whether they like it or not. Dude being considered gender neutral in a patriarchy is no more mysterious than the Caucasian complexion in a white power structure being normalized as a neutral color, as nude, as flesh, despite the fact that white people are the global minority. It took a global phenomenon, an unstoppable global phenomenon like hip-hop, for black folk to finally normalize the N-word and restrict white folk from using it, at which point white folk sought to commoditize it and then ultimately neutralize it, saying that no one should be able to use it, because they know that there is power in being able to normalize yourself as what is the standard. What is the baseline? What is neutral? Of course, as a sociolinguist, I should say that the meanings of words evolve. Connotation doesn't stay welded to denotation. Semantics is a thing. But also, as a sociolinguist, I should say that the meanings of words evolve for a reason. Social factors. So whenever the attributes of a ruling demographic are made normal or neutral, it is always good to ask yourselves those two critical questions of how and why. Take a closer look. You might just find the devil in the details. We out here.